operational and strategic overhaul at Infosys. Kamath has signaled the market not to overreact, as India's tech companies will now have to live with lower revenue growth, and CEOs will have to be prudent about their costs and teams. Here's an exclusive chat with ETN's Shelly Chopra.
I think Infosys is always first out the block. They come and disclose the numbers first and so on, and market conditions first. And I think what's happening with at this point in time is you are shooting a messenger. And Infosys in the large context is a messenger. It is gathering data, whether it is from Forrester, whether it is from other consultants and their own experiences, and sharing it with the market. This is what we perceive. Industry body, that is NASSCOM, would have signaled 20% plus growth. Then the growth came to 17 to 18%, and this year the signal is somewhere between 11 and 14, let's say 12% growth. Now the fact is, this is a game-changing number in terms of growth, and nobody can run away from that. I think clearly there is a significant change happening in the way technology is looked at by the customer. Now, whether I look at it as a bank or whether I look at it as a customer, I look at it completely differently.
And you mean this as international customers?
International customers, not of Infosys. And if you want to understand what is happening, just look at the number of CIOs who have lost their job in the last 6 months. It's at a record number.
Yeah.
So
what is the signal, Mr. Kamath?
Signal is very simple. That the CEO is saying something is happening which my CIO is not catching on, and I now want to drive this myself, or I will have a new team driving this. Whole mix is changing. So what does it mean to Indian software vendors? For a long period of time, application development maintenance, ADM, was the core.
Yeah.
I think Infosys saw that core shift some years back, and over the last 10 years, from 90%, the significance of that in our mix is now probably around 40%.
So is it going to go through like you said, if it's the messenger, the message out there is that there is short-term pain, but long-term there is strategic shift?
Every company has to metamorphose. So basically, Infosys, what I see them saying is, discretionary spend has come down. This is again for the industry.
Yes.
Clearly, discretionary spend has come down. And if you were targeting the discretionary spend market, you are going to be impacted more than others. But that is the market to be, because that's where the whole lot of change that is happening is happening. The alternative strategy is to go to the bottom of the pyramid, as it were, and see that you have a potential there, where you play the low-end game and the low-volume game.
So is it an operational overhaul as well at some level?
Every company will have to strategically overhaul itself and operationally overhaul itself as it goes along.
But did you get worried at the point when CLSA's analysts put out that letter? Because somewhere it left the question unanswered, that should the board be faced with a possibility that a large number of institutional investors get together and say, what are you doing? Do we need an overhauling? What would you think would be an appropriate answer?
Let me answer that very simply. I have seen worse reports. I am thick-skinned, so this doesn't bother me.
Okay. And you're optimistic about the tech sector?
And I'm optimistic about the sector.